Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Retro Tech. I'm not even sure what episode this will be. I think it'll be like 13 if I'm not mistaken. 12 or 13, one of those. Might be even 14. But anyway, I know it's been a long time since I've been on a Home and Business Solutions Tech channel. I had a little time in there where I took a little bit of time off, did some other things, did some writing. As everybody knows, I do write poetry on Substack Medium and do a podcast on Spotify called Poetry Sessions. But I wanted to get, back to my day job, as they say. So I finally got around to fixing my main PC instead of using my laptop to do everything. The main PC needed some parts. I got those parts. It needed an exhaust fan and it needed a new intake fan. So I got those parts like, I don't know, over half a year ago. But like I said, I've been doing a lot of things, took some time, spent some time doing a little bit of traveling, sightseeing, and other things, and finally got around to fixing the main PC so I could start streaming on my PlayStation 4 when I do stream, again, full court blitz. Yes, I'm trying to promo everything in there. Anyway, like I said, this episode of Retro Tech, I gotta remember what I'm doing here, is all about the main PC. As you can see, the monitors are back up, or they've been up, but I'm back to setting up the Streamlabs in order to stream the games and get back to full corporate site to finish setting up the Streamlabs. Um, Getting some more writing done. I've posted the last two episodes of season 15 of Poetry Session, so I'll have more time to dedicate to, you know, fixing other stuff and doing a tune up basically on the PC, setting up the games and everything again. Did a complete wipe of the drives and reinstall the operating system and all the programs, which is what takes longer. Here's the main PC down here if you can't see it. Um, but she's running smoothly again. Like I said, she's been dusted off, cleaned out, and all of that. Dust and cat hair or pet dander was basically and pet dander was basically choking the CPU. So I had to get down and do a deep clean of that. And now it's running at cooler temperatures, not shutting off anymore. It's shutting down randomly after it overheats. Oh, that took a lot of work. As you can see, the desk is a little crowded. The laptop is still there, and the Toshiba is underneath it. That'll be a next project. You've seen the Toshiba before. And yes, the replacement screen on the Toshiba, which is the 17-inch on the bottom, went out again. So, that's a problem. I guess that's something I'll have to repair again. But as you can see, there's another laptop there, and there's my study material for my cybersecurity studies. As everyone knows, I'm a programmer as well as a PC builder. I built this PC I think it was over 10 years ago. And no, those aren't the same parts from 10 years ago. Everything has been swapped out and changed, except for I think the motherboard is a quad-core processor. So it plays the games and does everything I need. The video card has been changed a few times. I'll give the specs on everything when I have a chance in another video, but I just wanted everybody to know that Retro Tech was back and that Full Corporates will be back on YouTube and Twitch soon, and that Poetry Sessions are still on Spotify. Oh yeah, happy CP Awareness Month. I guess this will serve as a short little announcement that I'm not only the Solution 007 aka Reese Butts, but also aka Reese Butts, but also the guy with CP who builds PCs. I think I'm gonna start using that now too, as a little catchphrase. But anyway, CP Awareness Month, as everybody knows, March is CP Awareness Month, and even though I've been a business owner for 20 something years, I think it'll be 22 in August. I also have CP. For those who don't know, a lot of people who know me know I have CP, but I don't think it's something that's widely known across the internet or when I do these videos. But I just wanted my fellow CP warriors to know that, I'm here. We're here to support each other. We're a whole community, and that, you know, were not stereotypes, and people shouldn't assume that we're all just sitting around, needing help or collecting a check. Like I said, I actually put this entire studio or command center, some people call it, together. Yes, that's my other phone. That's my Galaxy S 2022 Ultra. Anyway, I actually put this PC together, and down there somewhere near my other leg, yeah, trash can is a little full. You can see I drink a lot of caffeine. But anybody who works in tech will know that. You can see down here is my other workstation, which I have to get to work on. I think the power cord is out. On my it's down here next to the printer. That's the HP printer down there. Here's the rest of my little lab here. My gaming setup. Guess I'm trying to cover all this in one video. Like I said, this is an episode of Retro Tech, but I just wanted people. Yeah, I know I need to do some dusting. You got a little dusting here. Like I said, I need to do some spring cleaning and some. But I meant to show you my hacking machine with Kali Linux. Ugh, this room is a mess sometimes. But when you have CP, your energy level kind of drops, and yeah, I had a cat that went through and had some issues in here. Anyway, you can see my I don't know if you can see it. Echo turn on gaming room. Try and get some more light to illuminate some things. There you go. Now you can see my Kali Linux machine there. You can see some older PCs there. Excuse the trash can, and you can see some parts there. So I guess some DVD-ROM drives and some toolkits. So you can see I am a tech guy. As you can see, this room is nothing but tech. So, and over there in those bags, three laptops. My travel laptop. My what is it? Not Kali Linux, but another. I forgot the form of Linux that's on one of the other laptops. The modest Linux Mint. Sorry, Linux Mint on two different laptops, on an old Acer and on an old HP. Like I said, I wanted to make this about the rebuild of Athena, which is the main PC down there. I'm just glad to have her back. Like I said, I've been setting up Streamlabs today, and I'm still working on some on my Substack. As you can see, there's a poem scheduled for next week. I think that one's called Therapy. Next Tuesday's poem is already scheduled because I won't have time to film the episode. See, but the point is, and I've been all over the place in this little video. The point is, like I said, don't let CP stop you from living your dream and living your life. And like I said, this is about tech. Yeah, I mean, rebuilding or refurbishing my main PC, but it's also about perseverance and resilience and overcoming things, and not necessarily following society's rules, and not doing, necessarily what society. We all assume that people with disabilities need help and we're going to be helpless, which prevents us a lot from getting a lot of relationships and things like that. But as you can see, if I can build and I can write, then I can be a active and productive member of society as well. And yes, since this is a multifaceted video, it'll be posted to my tech channel because it's about refurbing a computer and letting you know what I'm up to. Since this computer is over 10 years old, yes, it is retro tech, but it'll also be posted to my gaming channel because, as you can see, full corporates. I'm gonna try and get it back going this weekend once I set up Streamlabs. I got no help in building that computer, built it with my own two hands. And of course, the writing is done. Like I said, I'm a multi-talented person, and all I've ever wanted in the world, all I've ever wanted in this world, even with CP, was just to have a fair shot, like everybody else does, and as normal life as normal and as happy a life as I could possibly have. I don't want this video to run long, but I know it is because there's a lot of information packed in it. But like I said, I felt the message had to come out, and like I said, in the coming days, I'll probably be putting out a more better video explaining the type of CP I have, the spastic diplegia, just so you know the type. Like I said, it's CP Awareness Month. Before the end of the month, I'll try and get that information out there. Like I said, join me for my podcast where I talk about that some as well. The poetry podcast called Poetry Sessions, and also a third YouTube channel which I'm starting called Sessions with the Solution. I think that's the name of the YouTube channel as well. I'll have the link to that somewhere soon. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of Retro Tech. I know everybody's happy to see the main rig back up. Let's get a good chat with Athena again. Athena, I'm happy to have you back as you make work, study, and gaming and writing a whole lot easier. And to think all I had to do was spend a few hours down on the wood floor cleaning you out, then get back up here and install the software. And yes, it took days, but she's been up and running since last Monday with no hiccups, which is why I could finally do this video. You know, in the first couple of days, you're trying to see if there were any other errors or anything you missed, so you don't necessarily put the information out there. Because last year I said the thing was fixed, and then she broke down again because, I missed some, key things in there, like cleaning off her CPU fan or the heatsink, which is what was causing the issue. That heatsink was like full of cat hair and cat dander and other things, but it's nice to have the system back up and running. Like I was saying earlier, having this desktop makes things so much easier. Even though I can game and do everything I do from my laptop or from my travel laptop, or I can game from my PS4 or my Nintendo Switch, which you see right there. Having my desktop and having everything run through that desktop. As you can see, the Arigato right there, the Stream Deck, makes things so much easier just to be able to touch a button and get things done that way. Anyway, like I said, happy CP Awareness Month. I know this video covered a lot, and I know everybody's going to be like, damn, was this tech, or was this about the poetry, or was this about gaming, or was it about CP? It's a little bit about everything. And this also serves a little bit of a get to know you video. Now I'm gonna, like I said, I'll make a short reel for things like Facebook, but I wanted to put this on my YouTube channel. Now I just gotta get the hashtag right to make sure it reaches the proper audience. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch everybody later. Remember, peace and love is always the way. Click the link tree to find out all the things I'm involved with, and I'll catch everybody in the next one. Peace.